Yeah.
Good evening, Chinook fans. Welcome to another day of Chinook. I'm broadcaster for the 2018 season. I want to welcome you guys and glad you are able to tune in on this Thursday as your Chinooks will be facing the first place Peninsula Oilers of the Alaska Baseball League in game number 2 of this 5-game series. The Oilers took game number 1 yesterday on a 9-1 score. They dominated from the first to the last, and so we are back out here again for another day as we get ready for the second game. And now we had a little rain earlier. The players had to tarp the field, but the tarp is off, and we pushed the start time just a little back. So we'll have a 7:10 start time as we will get ready to start the game. So here are your lineups for both teams. Lineups for your Chinooks. Leading things off will be the center fielder number 8, Seth Ballinger. And batting number 2 will be the right fielder number 18, Bailey Collins. In the third spot will be number 20, the third baseman, Jordan Wharton. And the cleanup spot will be the designated hitter, number 44, Nick Kreitzer. Batting number 5 will be the shortstop, number 11, Gregory Osuna. Batting 6, the catcher, J. Paul Fullerton. Batting 7, the first baseman, number 30,
Now back to the Chinooks, center fielder number 8, Seth Ballinger.
Second baseman, number 31, Thomas Harper. And batting 9th, the left fielder, Jaron Bargusa. And on the mound for the Oilers is number 19, the pitcher, Mike Lopez. And you are now looking at Seth Ballinger as he's stepping into the plate to lead things off for your Chinooks. As Lopez gets that pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1 as we kick this game off today. Lopez is from San Diego, California, and he attends California State University San Marcos. As Ballinger hits that one to left field, the left fielder Leonhardt will be there to make the out. Lopez has a 1-0 record on the season with a 0 ERA. Third game that he has started on the season. So far, he is through 11 innings, struck out 3, walked 3, and has given up 7 hits. And in his last outing against the Miners on June 13th, he went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, 3 hits, and striking out 1, as he is now taking on Bailey Collins, the right fielder. Collins is looking for his first hit in 3 games, as he has not got it hit yet. Count to 1 ball and 1 strike. This will be Lopez's first appearance against the Chinooks, so Chinooks will be looking at him for the first time as Collins swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 2. Now we'll run the count to 1. Here's the 1-2 delivery by Lopez, and that pitch is swung on to center field. This ball is hit deep. Center fielder is there, raining to his left, and he make the play. Nice catch there by Tyler Duke, the center fielder, to get the second out of the inning. And now stepping up to the plate for your Chinooks with 2 outs is the third baseman, number 20, Jordan Wharton. Wharton had a hot start of this 2018 season. He was leading the league in batting average for a good amount of time, and now he has been cooling off a little bit at the plate, as he now has a .326 batting average, and he is 0 for his last 12 in the last 4 games. So he has been hitless in this last 4. So he'll try to turn things around here for the Chinooks. As that fastball on this inside for ball number 1 from Lopez. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Now we'll miss inside. Run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch is swung on and hit to left center field, and this will get down for a single. Wharton is going for second base, and he will be in there sliding safely as Wharton will get things going here with 2 outs. As he's on a lead off,
number 44, a 2-out double. Nicholas Kreitzer.
So that will be a two-out double here for Wharton, who is now third in the league in batting average. And now stepping up to the plate will be the designated hitter number 44, Nick Kreitzer. Kreitzer, who is batting 162 on the season. Kreitzer will look to, as he has been hitless, and he is 0 for his last 8, and he is hitless in his last 3 games. So he'll be certainly looking to turn things around here with 2 outs. Now he is down 0-2 in the count against Kreitzer against Arkansas, and he is from Westminster, Colorado, as he is down in the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes, and that 0-2 delivery misses high and outside for ball number 1. See if the Chinooks can get an early run here in the top of the first inning, as they have Wharton on second base with a 2-out double. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Now speed is swung on and missed from Kreitzer, and he continues to struggle at the plate as he strikes out to end the inning. And as
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome the greatest mascot in Alaska Baseball League.
One hit and is left a man on second base. So we head to the bottom of the first inning with a tie score at 0-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the bottom of the first inning. Here's your starting lineup for the Peninsula Oilers. Leading off for the Oilers will be the shortstop, number 5, Paul Coots.
Number 5, University of San Diego, Paul Coots.
Batting in the 2 spot will be number 7, right fielder Ryan Novice. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 20, Ryan Cook. And the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 3, Grant Wood. Batting 5th, the designated hitter, number 18, John McKay. Batting 6th, the left fielder, number 26, Ryan Leonhardt. Batting 7th, the second baseman, number 4, Bryce Bigel. Batting 8th, catcher, number 27, Bronson Balhone. Batting 9th, the center fielder, Tyler Duke. And on the mound for your Chinooks is the starting pitcher, the left-hander, Anthony Becerra, number 6. As he gets that pitch in for strike number 1 to even the count at 1 ball and 1 season. He has a 1-2 record with an 8.37 ERA. As that 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball number 2. And so far this season, Becerra has thrown 9 2/3 innings, striking out 8, walking 9, and giving up 15 hits. As that pitch is fouled off by Kuntz, that will even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Becerra picked up his first win in his last outing on June 17th against the Oilers as he went 4 2/3 innings, surrendering only 1 run, giving up 5 hits and striking out 4. So he'll look to have another good outing as he gets Kuntz to strike out on that pitch for the first out of the inning. And now stepping up to the plate, the right fielder, number 7, Ryan Novis.
St. Mary's College, Ryan Novis.
The Oilers had a really good game offensively yesterday. Their bats came alive, and they were led by Evan Berkey, who was 1 for 3 with 2 walks, an RBI, and a run scored, and also Ryan Cook, who had a double yesterday with an RBI and also a run scored, and Grant Wood, he was 1 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBIs and a walk. So the Oilers will look to continue their hot swinging as Novis has a 1-1 count on the pitcher, Becerra. And Becerra gets Novis to swing on that fastball as Becerra is ahead in the count 1-2. Becerra is from Las Vegas, Nevada, and he attended Shasta College this past fall. He will be attending Jackson State University this upcoming fall, as that 1-2 off speed is in there for strike number 3. And Becerra has struck out his first 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. And stepping
now
up
back
to the plate,
to the Oilers. Number 20, first baseman for Cal State Bakersfield, Ryan Cook.
The first baseman, Ryan Cook. Cook, with a .279 batting average on the season, is currently on a 3-game hitting streak. And he also leads the league in home runs at 3 as that fastball paints the outside for strike number 1 from Becerra. There's the 0-1 pitch, and that off speed is swung on from Cook. And Becerra is working quickly here at the bottom of the first as he is already ahead in the count 0-2 to the Oilers' first baseman. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that off speed just misses for ball number 1. The Chinook infield thought that was strike number 3 as they were heading into their dugout. So we were running counts. They swung on and missed. So Becerra strikes out the side here in the bottom of the first inning. So we will head into the top of the second with a tie ball game.
Now batting for the Chinooks, shortstop, number 11, Gregory Ozuna.
Ladies and gentlemen, bottom of, the score tied at 0 as the Chinooks are up to bat. Leading things off will be the shortstop, number 11, Gregory Ozuna. Ozuna, who has a .360 batting average and is currently second in the Alaska Baseball League in batting average. Yesterday, he went 1 for 4 as he extended his hit streak to 10 games as he swung on that first pitch foul for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Lopez, and that 0-1 pitch is swung on back out of play. That was on the count to no balls. 2 strikes on the Chinook shortstop from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He attended Wayland Baptist in Texas. And that 0-2 is swung on and fouled off again. The count will remain at 0 balls and 2 strikes.
A 10-game streak, the longest active streak in the league. Chugiak going 1 for 3 in last night's loss to extend his streak to 10 games.
Osuna's 10-game hitting streak is currently the longest so far in the Alaska Baseball League, as he watches that fastball miss inside for ball number 1, and that will run the count to 1 ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Lopez. That off speed is swung on and missed from Osuna, and that will be the first out of the inning, the second strikeout on the game for Lopez. And now that will bring number 23, J. Paul Fullerton. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and Lopez gets that strike on the outside corner for strike number 1 against the left-hander Fullerton. And that 0-1 pitch missed low for ball number 1, and that would even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that 1-1 pitch is swung on. This will get to the left field side, and it will get out of play. That will run the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fullerton is batting .212 on the season, and he was 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Lopez, and that is swung and fouled off to the backstop, and the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
College making his second start in the Alaska Baseball League season. His first game against the Chinooks back in Chugiak. Lopez shakes off a couple signs. The time is called at the plate by Fullerton. No score in the top of the second inning. No runs on 1 hit for the Chinooks. No runs on no hits for the Oilers.
Lopez comes to delivery, and that off speed is in there. Strike number, and that will be the second strikeout in the inning for Lopez. So with 2 outs. Now stepping up to the plate for your Chinooks is the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp. Dopp with a 174 batting average on the season, and he was in the designated hitter spot yesterday for the Chinooks, as that fastball is in there for strike number 1. Dopp, the native of South Haven, Michigan. He attends Earlham yesterday's game. As that 0-1 from Lopez is fouled out of play, and that will even the count. That will run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. So Lopez striking out the first 2 batters he has faced this inning. And the Oilers quickly have 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, as that 0-2 pitch misses low from Lopez for ball number 1. And that will run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the righty from Cal State San Marcos, and that 1-2 is fouled out of play, and the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that off-speed misses low and outside, and the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for the right-handed batter out of South Haven, Michigan. And we have a time called by Dopp. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And a nice eye there by Dobb as he watches that off speed miss low and outside, and that will run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Get ready for the 3-2 delivery. And that is swung on the hit to third baseman. The third baseman, Wood, is there to make the play at first, and that will end the inning. So the Chinooks go 3 up, 3 down, and as we head to the bottom of the second inning, the score is tied at 0-0.
Kids can enjoy the bounce house in the kids zone through the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the second inning here as your Chinooks are taking on the Peninsula Oilers in the second game of a 5-game series.
Third baseman.
The Oilers won the first game yesterday with a score of 9-1, and we have a 0-0 score so far as the Oilers are up to bat. As number 3, the third baseman, Grant Wood, will lead things off for the Oilers. Wood had a big game yesterday against the Oilers as he was 1 for 3, the 2 RBI single and a walk, as the Oilers were able to put up 9 runs on the plate on the scoreboard against the Chinooks, as that fastball from Becerra is in there for strike number 1. Even a count at 1 ball and 1 strike, and Wood hits that pitch to left center field, and this will be picked up by the left fielder, Largusa, and Wood will be on second base with a leadoff double. So Wood continues to swing a good bat as he gets things going with a leadoff double for the Oilers. And now stepping up to the plate will be the designated hitter, number 18, John McKay. McKay, who played catcher in yesterday's game, was 0 for 2 with the run scored and 2 walks. And he is up to bat with the RBI situation here early in the game as Becerra gets that fastball to catch the outside corner for strike number 1. So both teams each with 1 hit today so far. And the Oilers are threatening early with a runner on second base as Wood got things going with a leadoff double. That 0-1 pitch from Becerra is in for strike number 2. A nice curveball there. Okay, with a 182 batting average on the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now breaking ball just misses low for ball number 1. Now we'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That fastball will miss low for ball 2, and now we even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for the right-handed swinging McKay. Becerra comes set as he gets ready for the 2-2 delivery. And that off-speed is swung on and missed. And that will be the 3rd strikeout of the game from Becerra.
Now batting for the Oilers, left fielder.
That'll be the 4th strikeout.
Number 26 from San Diego State,
Ryan
Lillard.
in his first inning of work. So we have one out here with the runner on second base. Now coming up to the plate is left-handed Ryan Leonhardt. And that curveball is in there, catching the inside corner for strike number one by 0-1. Leonhardt was 1 for 4 in yesterday's contest with an RBI and a strikeout. And he is coming into this game with a 120 batting average so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That fastball is in there on the outside corner for strike number 2. Peninsula is working very quickly so far in this game, as he has Leonhardt down 0-2, and Peninsula spins to second, fakes the throw. So with runners in scoring position, Leonhardt is 0 for 5 on the season as he swings, gets that ball to right field. Collins is there as he hits his cutoff to first baseman Dopp, and that will allow Wood to advance to third base. So we have runners on first and third with one out in the bottom of the second inning. And
now back to the Oilers.
For the
Second
Oilers,
baseman number 4, Bryce Miguel.
Second baseman,
Arizona.
number 4, Bryce Miguel. Miguel did not play game 1 yesterday against the Chinooks. That off-speed misses low for ball 1 from Peninsula. Miguel is 1-11 on the season as he has played in 7 games so far for the Oilers, and he is from California, and he attends the University of Arizona. And here's the 1-0 pitch as Peninsula throws that pitch to first base. Leonhardt gets back safely. Miguel has 14 at-bats, 2 hits, an RBI, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and he has 2 stolen bases. And in his last appearance against the Pilots on June 18th, he was 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks as he swings and misses on that pitch for strike number 1. We'll even count at 1 ball and 1 strike. That 1-1 pitch is swung and foul to the right field side. That ball got 2 runs in for the Oilers, but instead the count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I just call that the play by Miguel, rated by opening up fire defense. Well, on that third base with play tomorrow at first. No score to bottom of the second inning.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Peninsula throws that pitch to first base, keeping an eye on Leonhardt. Infield is playing normal depth. Actually, Wharton is playing in at third base, and Osuna and Harper are playing in double play depth up middle as Miguel fouls that pitch off, and we will run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes again. So the Oilers have 2 hits so far in the bottom of the second inning, while the Chinooks just have 1, and the Oilers are threatening here with runners on first and third base as the hitter Miguel gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. Leonhardt off at first base, and Leonhardt gets caught in a rundown, and that will allow Wood from third to score, and Leonhardt is called out. So with 2 outs now, the Oilers get a run to come across the plate as Grant Wood scored from third, and that might have been a design play there, a design first and third play by the Oilers as Leonhardt drew the throw to second from the catcher Fullerton, but got held off there in the middle trying to get into a pickle, in which Wood from third base was able to score. So we have 2 strikes on the batter as that is in there for strike number 3. and that will end the inning. So the Oilers are able to get one run to come across the plate as they have 2 hits in the game so far. So as we were heading into the top of the 3rd inning, the Chinooks trail with the score 1-0. Welcome back, Chinook fans.
Now batting for the
Thank you for
Chinooks.
tuning in to
Second baseman,
Chinook
number
Baseball.
31,
If
Thomas
you are just
Harper.
tuning in, we are now in the top of the 3rd inning as your Chinooks trail the Oilers 1-0 in Game 2 of a 5-game series. The Chinooks dropped the first game yesterday 9-1, and the Chinooks are up to bat now, and leading things off will be the second baseman, number 31, Thomas Harper. Harper is a switch hitter as he is hit on that first pitch from Loper.
Now batting for the Chinooks, left fielder number 9, Jerron Lagusa.
The Chinooks have a runner on to start the top of the 3rd inning, and that will bring up the left fielder, number 9, Jaron Largusa. Largusa has a 167 batting average on the season. Harper on first base. On the season has been hit 5 times so far. As Largusa shows bunt, and that's a nice bunt there to third baseman from Largusa as he is a sack bunt down, and that will allow Harper to advance to second base. So with 1 out.
Now batting for the Chinooks, center fielder number 8, Seth Ballinger.
1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Chinooks have a runner in scoring position, and we will have the leadoff man and Seth Ballinger come to the plate. Ballinger, who is 0 for 1 today as he flied out to left field in his first AB, will look to score this run and tie the game up here in the top of the 3rd inning for the Chinooks. And that pitch misses outside from Lopez for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that will miss high and outside, and that will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. So Ballinger finds himself in a hitter's count. So here's the 2-0 pitch as Lopez takes a look at second, and that changeup is in there for strike number 1. That will run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck for the Chinooks is the right fielder, number 18, Bailey Collins. And due up after him will be the third baseman, number 20, Jordan Wharton. As Lopez, he comes set for the 2-1 delivery. And that pitch is hit on right in front of the plate as the catcher Bronson make the second out of the inning, and that will allow Harper to advance to third base. So 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. The right fielder, Bailey Collins, will now step up to the plate. The Chinooks, who were leading the league in batting average, have dropped to last place as they now have a .231 batting. Collins pops that up into shallow center. The shortstop make the inning at the bottom of the third inning. The Oilers still lead 1-0.
Walk and roll and the Jolly Roger ice cream. Catcher number 27 from Lake College.
To 0 as the Oilers are and Ballholm leads things off the catcher as he fouled that came into this game. Last place in batting average. They now are currently in third place with a .244 batting average. And as I said earlier, Chinooks, who are leading the league in batting average, have now dropped to last with a .231 average.
Ball brought to you by Old Town Bingo.
As Bronson fouls that pitch back, strike number 2. Now we're running the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Sarah has been pitching a really good game so far, giving up only 1 run on 2 hits. As that 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, that will be another strikeout for Becerra. That is number 5 for him. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning, now batting for the Oilers is center fielder number 9, Tyler Duke. That fastball from Becerra is in on the outside corner for strike number 1. Tyler Duke has a .108 batting average. As that pitch misses high, ball 1, even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Duke is from Peninsula, Alabama, and he attends Murray State University as he swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 2. And Duke's last game against the Pilots on June 18th, he was 0 for 3 with a walk as he watched that 1-2 pitch miss outside for ball number 2. And I will even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here's a 2-2 offering from Becerra, and that off speed is fouled off for a strike, and the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch is hit to third baseman there, and it's not a throw. It won't be in time as Duke was able to beat that out for an infield single, and that will put a Oiler on first base with 1 out, and is now up at the plate. And Becerra throws over to first base as Duke gets back safely. Becerra throws over to first base again. Becerra comes set for the 0-0 pitch, and that is swung on and fouled to the backstop from Coates for strike number 1. Coates enters today's game with a 4-game hitting streak as that 0-1 pitch is swung and missed on from Coates, and that will put him down in the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Becerra gives catcher Fullerton a nod as he comes set to get ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch, and that off-speed is swung on, and that will drop into left field. And with back-to-back singles from the Oilers with 1 out, that will now...
Outside for the Oilers, right fielder, number 7, from St. Mary's College, and Novus.
Novus is 0 for 1 today with the strikeout back in the first inning, and he has a chance to add to the Oilers scoreboard as runners are on first and second as he takes that fastball inside for strike number 1. Here's Becerra as he takes a look at second base. And here's the 0-1 pitch, and that off-speed misses low. Nice block by the catcher Fullerton as the count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike. Becerra, with 5 strikeouts on the day so far, finds himself with runners on first and second with 1 out. The Oilers have 4 hits on the day as the Chinooks only have 1. And that 1-1 pitch in there for strike number 2, and that will put Becerra ahead with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that is hit. He throws to Osuna at short, but Osuna is not able to catch it, and that will get past him into center field, and this will allow Duke to score, and that will put another run on the board for the Oilers. That ball was hit right back up to the pitcher Becerra. He made a nice play fielding, and it made a good throw at second base, but Osuna Ryan Cook catch. That got away from him and allowed Duke to score and put the second run of the game for the Oilers. And now they lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with runners on first and third. And now stepping up to the plate will be the first baseman, number 20, Ryan Cook. That fastball misses low for ball number 1 from Becerra. Misses low on that pitch, and that will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that 2-0 pitch misses low, and that will be the 3rd straight ball from this at bat. Becerra finds himself behind 3-0. Becerra wants to be careful right here. This 3-0 pitch, as that 3-0 pitch misses high. And with 4 straight balls, that will put Cook on at first base and load the bases up. And that will now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Grant Wood.
Murray State, Grant Wood.
Time called as the pitching coach, Chris Beck, heads to the mound to have a word with the Becerra pitcher. So the Oilers have 2 runs on 4 hits with no errors, while the Chinooks have 1 hit, no runs, and 1 error. The Oilers and Chinooks will be back in action tomorrow on Friday, the 7 p.m. start, and that will be game number 3 of the 5-game series here in Kenai, Alaska. So here's the setup as that pitch is in there for strike number 1 against the third baseman Wood. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that off-speed misses low inside for ball number 1, and that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Wood fouls that one back to the backstop. That will run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wood, who attends Murray State, as he gets ready to take a look at the 1-2 pitch from Becerra. Time is called. Here is the 1-2 pitch from Becerra, and that fastball is in there for strike number 3. Nice pitch from Becerra, and that will be his 6th strike hitter, number 18, John McKay.
Cal Holly, John McKay.
Becerra starts that pitch off with a off speed. That dropped in for strike number 1 against McKay. So Becerra is working with bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Oilers have a 2-0 lead. And that off fastball misses high for ball number 1. Now we even account at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that off-speed is swung and hit to shallow center field. Collins will not be able to make the play, and that will allow a runner to score as Coates comes across the plate, and that will put another run on the board as the Oilers have a 3-0 lead now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A nice piece of
now batting for the Oilers,
he's able to get that
left
pitch
fielder, number 26,
right field for the RBI single, 2 outs. And now that will bring up left fielder number 26, Ryan Leonhardt.
2 RBIs for the left-handed hitter out of East Lake High School this season. You got some bases loaded.
Becerra starts things off with a off-speed curveball, and that will miss for ball number 1. The Oilers now have 5 hits on this game with 3 runs. The 1-0 delivery from Becerra, that will miss inside. That will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Now swung on and hit to third base. Wharton with a nice backhanded play, and he is able to get Leonhardt at first base with a nice scoop from Dopp. A nice play from the third baseman, Wharton, to help get the Chinooks out of the inning. And as we now head into the top of the 4th, The Oilers were able to put on 2 runs in the inning to take a 3-0 lead.
For $6 for $5.
Now,
Get 'em
heading
while
to
they
the
last.
top of the 4th, the Chinooks will try to put some runs on the board.
Nice job.
Fourth inning.
Welcome back, Chinook fans. We are now in the top of the 4th inning as the Oilers have a 3-0 lead. A nice backhand to Jordan Wharton as he steps in and watches that pitch catch the outside. That pitch is swung and fouled off towards the third base side for strike number 2. Wharton from Akron, Ohio, and he attends Indiana Wesleyan University. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Lopez, and that is swung on and missed from Wharton, as that would be Lopez's 4th strikeout of the game. And now with 1 out, stepping up to the plate will be the designated hitter number 44, Nick Kreitzer. On the outside corner for strike number 1 against the left-handed swinging designated hitter, Kreitzer. Kreitzer fouls that pitch back to the backstop for strike 2 as he quickly finds himself down in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that fastball will miss high from Lopez for ball number 1. That will run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Osuna, the shortstop, is on deck for the Chinooks as he is riding a 10-game hitting streak. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that is swung on to the first baseman, and that will get under the glove of the first baseman Cook as Kreitzer will be safe, and he will be on first base with an error from the first baseman. And that will bring up the shortstop, number 11, Gregory Osuna. So we have a runner on first base with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning as the Chinooks are looking to chip into this deficit as they are down 3-0. Strike number 1 from the Cal State San Marcos pitcher Lopez. So we have a total of 10 strikeouts in this game so far between the 2 pitchers. Becerra has 6 and Marcos has 4 as that fastball misses on the outside. And that will even at 1 ball. And Lopez takes a look at Kreitzer at first base as he comes set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. And that is swung on and missed from Osuna. And Lopez is ahead in the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering from Lopez, and that will miss inside. And that will even the count here at 2 balls. The Chinooks is the third baseman, the catcher, number 23, J. Paul Fullerton. From that off speed is swung at 5 over to the Chinooks bench. And that will keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oilers middle infielders are playing double play death. The first baseman and third baseman are playing normal death. And here's the 2-2 pitch. And that is strikeout pass.
Now
the Oilers now have 2 outs.
Catcher number 23.
Catcher number 23.
J. Paul Fullerton. Catcher number 23.
Catcher number 23.
J. Paul Fullerton.
J. Paul Fullerton now comes up to the plate. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, and that is swung on and fouled out of play from catcher, and that will be the first strike of the at-bat. Should Fullerton get on base, that will bring up the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp, who is on deck. Ready for, and that fastball misses inside for ball number 1. That will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lopez, who takes a look at Kreitzer at first base. He comes set, and here is the 1-1 pitch, and that is swung on and hit to right field. The right fielder the right fielder Novice is there to make the running catch, and that will end the inning for the Chinooks. So the Chinooks still find themselves trailing in this game with the score of 3-0. As we are headed into the bottom of the 4th inning, you are tuning in to Chinook Baseball. We are back, Chinook fans. You are tuning in to Chinook Baseball, and we are now at the bottom of the 4th inning of this game 2 of the 5-game series against the Oilers. And the Chinooks are currently trailing 3-0 to the first place Oilers, as Bryce Miguel leads things off as he swings and hits that pitch to left center. The center fielder Ballinger is there as he makes out of the inning, and that will be 1 pitch, 1 out for Becerra, who the Ballinger is there as he makes the catch, ranging back to the wall for the first out of the inning, and that will be 1 pitch, 1 out for Becerra, who
Now
has
back
6
to the
strikeouts so
Oilers.
far in the game. And
Catcher
now
from
here's the first pitch of the at-bat, and that fastball is right down the middle from strike. Balholm, who was 0 for 1 in today's contest, as he'll look to get his first hit of the game as that fastball catches the inside corner for strike number 2 from the left-handed pitcher Becerra. As he quickly finds himself ahead in the count 0-2. And here's the 0-2 delivery, and that off-speed misses inside. That would run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Balholm, who is from Beloit College, as he gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. And that is swung on and hit to the first base side. This will be a foul ball, and that will keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Oilers have 5 hits and have scored 3 runs, and they have an error. And the Chinooks have just 1 hit with 1 error as they are looking for their first run of the game. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Becerra, and that curveball just misses outside. That would even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Duke is the on-deck batter for the Oilers, as that 2-2 pitch just misses outside. Now we'll run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 delivery from Becerra, and that 3-2 pitch is swung out of play. And the count will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and that is fouled off again to the backstop. So the count will remain at 3-2 as Balholm is making Becerra the pitcher work here to get this final strike. Here's the 3-2 offering, and that pitch is swung on and hit to right field. Dopp is there to make the leaping catch for the second out of the inning. And that will be 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now back to the Oilers center fielder, number 9,
the center fielder, Tyler Duke. And I'll be up at the plate with 2 outs. Tyler Duke, the center fielder, who was 1 for 1 today with the run scored, as he watches that curveball drop in for strike number 1 from Becerra. Another curveball as he watches that curveball drop in for strike number 1 from Becerra. Becerra with the 0-1 delivery. Another curveball as Duke fouled one off to the third base side. Duke quickly finds himself down in the count 0-2. Should bring it back to the top of the lineup for the Oilers. And Becerra strikes out Duke on that fastball, and that will be the 7th strikeout of the game for Becerra.
Fans, you want to keep updated on your
hometown into the top of the 5th inning. The Oilers with the score of 3-0.
News, score, stats, and upcoming events.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Lopez. Chinook first baseman. Pitch, and that is swung and fouled off out of play. And this will keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here is the 1-2 pitch from Lopez, and that is swung on and missed from Dot. And that will be the 6th strikeout of the game by Lopez. And the first out of the inning. Now stepping up to the plate is the